What's up guys, it's TheGearChange here back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing the Giraffe Tools G20 Power Washer. Now Giraffe Tools were kind enough to send this out to me to test and review and also install somewhere on the wall here for the channel and for the car. Now currently when I wash the car, as some of you guys have seen with my content, I use a basic snow foam Canon with a standard power washer that I have from Bunnings, or I use a hose attachment or something similar, or even just a hand pump one. Now they're not too bad to use, but they're very time consuming. It can take quite a while to wash the car if I want to do it properly and not sort of waste time. Whereas something like this that is wall mounted, has a retractable hose, multiple attachments for the pressure and everything like that, would be an absolute breeze. So I'm going to unbox it, show you what's inside, and also show you the installation process and give my honest thoughts towards the end of the video and let you guys know what I think. So yeah, let's open it up. So here it is, the pressure washer in its box. As you guys can see by the little image there, it's a wall mounted design with a rotating bracket. I believe it's a 180-degree bracket for rotation. Yeah, as you guys can see, 65 feet, which I believe is around 20 meters of retractable hose in the unit, which is pretty good. And it's got a spring-powered auto rewind. So I'll have to obviously pick where I'm going to position it on the wall here at the front. I'm thinking sort of just over there, so it's in between my car and my dad's car, and I can sort of reel it out when I need to and use it to wash the Focus. So let's have a look at what's inside here. So I have the hose attachment itself, which I believe goes on the bottom of the unit. Place that down. Got a bag here full of goodies with the snow foam Canon head there and the little hose. There's the threaded attachment that goes on the bottom of the unit, the different size attachment heads, and the bolts and stud there for the wall mounting bracket. You have a user manual which we can go through, and I'll show you guys all the instructions that you need. And of course, really handy, a installation template, which is going to be very helpful to mount out this pressure washer and figure out where I'm going to put it. So pull this off quite carefully, one hand. There we go. Nice and easy. I believe this is the gun. Yep, there we go. There's the gun. Pop that down there carefully. And this is also part of the gun. Yep, there you go. 4 threaded holes. Nice. And then here's the unit itself. So I'll set the camera sort of off to a side there so I can actually pull it up with 2 hands, as I don't want to damage it. And we'll unwrap everything. Okay, so I've decided to pop the unit on its side just because it does weigh quite a bit. I believe it's around 15 to 18 kilograms. So I didn't want to pull it up from the top and potentially drop it. And I also couldn't find somewhere to sort of prop the camera up. So it should just come out of its hole here, like so. Try to drag it on the driveway here. There you go, out of the box. Comes with a UV sunshade cover, which is very handy, especially since I'm going to be mounting it outside. Move this up and away to a side, and we will grab the unit and we'll plonk it down in front of the camera. Nice and easy. So here is the unit finally out of packaging. So you guys can see that's where the retractable hose goes. Obviously you have your switch there. We'll pull this off the back here. There you go. There's the soap bottle for the snow foam Canon itself. And here is the huge mounting bracket, and they're all the individual holes that will bolt onto the wall. And I believe this sort of little pinball here, you pull up and it swivels from side to side. So I'll put everything to a side and set it up properly, and then I'll see if I can show you guys where I'm going to position it on the wall. We'll make some holes and we'll get it installed. Alright, so as you guys can see here, we have drawn up some mounting points here with the dots for the bracket. So we're going to get the bracket, line it up, use the template and either sticky tape it or just make individual drill holes, make sure it's level, and then place it on there and get the bolts up. From what I've seen, they've said sort of use a ratchet wrench or maybe just a normal ratchet by hand to tighten it, just to get it on there, make sure it's level, and then tighten it all the way once it's in place and drops down. So I'll have to get the unit and then yeah, sort it all out. As I mentioned earlier, I said that I used a sheet that came with it, or the installation template. So this is how it's mounted. It has a arrow obviously showing that that's the top of the mount before you put it on the wall. I basically taped it on the wall, used the included level or spirit level and put it right here to make sure it was all good on the wall. I then started and did the 2 top drilling spots and then just threaded the bolts in carefully, and then I did the lower 2. So it's a pretty good template. I'm really glad that they included it, as it makes it quite easy to actually put on the wall. So yeah, that's how I put the bracket on, and then once you thread your bolts on with the ratchet or by hand, you put the machine on top, make sure it's level and lined up, and then tighten them, obviously top left, bottom right, vice versa. And yeah, once you've done that, your machine will be up on the wall. Alright, so the G20 is finally on the wall. We decided to move it further down from the original holes, as you guys can see here. In the instruction manual, it said it had to be between 24 to 32 inches above the ground to maximize the function of the auto retraction, so obviously this bit here. So yeah, we decided to move it further to the left and slightly further down, just so it's sort of in a, I guess, middle position and not too far over, because we do open these doors from time to time, especially to put the focus in to do work on the car itself, you know, mods and maintenance and things like that. So we decided to put it right there. Won't obstruct Dad's car getting up and back for moving and things like that. I've just put the hose in and the power around the back of the power box. But yeah, really happy with it. We had to use a 10mm masonry drill bit, not a 12. We did test the 12 on a small brick, and it just seemed like it was too wide for the actual studs to go into the wall, so we decided to go with a 10, and it was a little bit tight, but they are sitting in pretty flush, or as flush as we could get them, and it's not moving or rocking about. It's really sturdy. We made sure it was level and everything as well, which is quite important. It rotates from left to right with a little ball pin up the top here, and yeah, just really happy with it. The quality of it's really good. Hasn't been too hard to install. We used the template to mask up where we're going to cut and do everything and drill, so we did use the correct drill, drilled the holes, and then just sort of plonked it on and yeah, leveled it up and used a ratchet to tighten it. It's advised that you just use some form of ratchet by hand to tighten it and not something that's electric, just because it might have too much power and it might not sort of screw in properly. So the way we did it was just with a seed chrome ratchet, and it, yeah, it's nice and flush. So it's at a good height, especially for washing the car, which will be quite exciting. It's a bit sort of overcast today, so I don't know if I'll wash the Focus or any of the other cars today, but I will be doing it in the next couple of days. But yeah, really happy with how it looks. As for accessories, you get a really sweet mini snow foam lance gun, which is pretty cool. And I even found out that it has a small pocket up the back here for it to sit in, which is quite handy, obviously, when you put the cover on and stuff like that. With mine being mounted outdoors, I do have a cover. Came with one, which was pretty sweet, so they sent that out with the unit itself. It's got the name on the front there. We'll do the heavy lifting. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, I'll have to obviously strap that up once it sort of starts raining, which I assume won't be too far away. And then yeah, I've pre-assembled the gun itself, so I've got everything in there. This was strapped up, so I've undone that. This was another separate piece which I've clipped in, and then you've got the different head attachments. So you've got 40 degrees, 25 degrees, 15 degrees, and 0 degrees, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, really keen to try this out. I'm pretty sure this also has a holder on the back as well. So once I get this on and the foam cannon and take the little sticker off, I'll show you what it looks like when it's all assembled properly. Alright, so it is the very next day. Pretty much just after I finished recording, it decided to rain. So I thought I'd wait till the next day, which is currently, and see if it was a bit more sunny, which it is. Still some clouds about, but it's not too bad. Yeah, the Focus is pretty clean, to be fair. It's not really that dirty. It's not in need of a wash, considering I did it the other day. So I thought, why not wash my dad's car? I knew that, well, I know that there's a couple people on the channel that like, you know, some Holdens instead of Fords. So yeah, thought I'd give my dad's VF2 Commodore a bit of a wash and a rinse down with the G20. I've tested it already on the driveway, just in a few different spots as, you know, soap and whatever else contamination. You can get like mold spots and things. So I've tested it out. It's done a really, really good job. So yeah, thought I'd just give Dad's car a rinse and also test out the little snow foam cannon that's sitting in there. It's sort of tipping over a little bit, but yeah, we use that. And I've got some spare wash that's sort of on the way out, some Snow Foam Australia. So I'll use that up in the canister and yeah, see how it goes. I'm pretty keen. It's very, very powerful. Super, super handy having it here. It'll be good to actually wash the Focus and potentially another car if I do get one, if I put it over there or around the corner here or whereabouts. But yeah, let's get to it. So I have got the camera on my head, as you guys can see, for a bit of a POV. So yeah, pretty handy setup. I've got the gun itself in here, obviously the snow foam cannon, as you guys saw, and the ability to rotate this sort of, I think, 180 degrees left and right. So yeah, I'll turn her on, just to get pressure in the system. And then yeah, I guess we just pick whichever one of these quick attachments we want, which will probably be the 40 degree one. So just pull that down, pop that in, make sure it's locked in, and then yeah, we'll just carefully, I might line it back up just so it's straight. There we go. And yeah, I'll pull her out. I'll make sure I got plenty and plenty so I can go right around the car. There we go. And then yeah, we should be able to just turn her on and she should start blasting. So yeah, it is as easy as that to rinse the car down now, which is super awesome. So yeah, very good. We'll see if we can hook the snow foam cannon up. I think it goes at the very end of this, so it'll be a pretty long gun by the time I'm finished with it. But yeah, I'll put a bit of that in there and we'll see if we can get it foamed up. Alright, so I have filled up the soap canister here for Dad's car. Pretty heavy. Yeah, I don't know if that's too much water. Might be. Soon find out, really. But yeah, I've adjusted it exactly where I want it with the hose attachment and threading and stuff. So well, that is some pretty thick foam, I can't lie. Look at it, absolutely fallen off. See if we can wheel the hose through here real quick, carefully. Pull it through and do the front of the car. Yeah, that's awesome. The entire car is pretty much soaked. Yeah, we've pretty much drained that dry, but look how thick that is. That is awesome. I'm very, very impressed with that. I'll yeah, rinse her off and dry it, and then I'll pack everything away. Alright, so that is it for the Giraffe Tools G20 pressure washer or power washer. Yeah, as you guys can see behind me, it's on the wall. Really, really good spot for it. I'm very happy with where I placed it in between the two cars, and obviously I've got the space to sort of reel it all the way down here if I need to, and hypothetically if I get another car I can wash it here or pretty much anywhere. So yeah, really, really happy with it. Thank you again to Giraffe Tools for sending it out to me. I do really appreciate it. I'm going to make very, very good use of it. As a lot of you know, I love to, keep the focus as clean as possible. So having a tool like that, which just hooks up to the hose and it's right there where the mains power is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe and use my code GEAR for a discount or a percentage off of your order if you decide to purchase one of these or one of Giraffe Tools' other products. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching the video and all the support lately, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.